Bienvenidos, beautiful souls. How y'all doing? Happy full moon. Today is September 7th. And I just wanted to get into the general collective message for today. And I kind of felt like this was an energy, excuse the background noise. I kind of felt like this is an energy that may be pertaining to your week ahead. So take the messages as they resonate for you. This is going to be very quick, very short, very simple here. So I did pre-shuffle the decks. I'm going to start off with a tarot deck really quick. And so this is just what energy is it that you need to know? Like, what is it that you need to know right now? What is it that you need to know right now? And the notifications are still going out. So I'm just welcome everyone that's coming in. I'll do one more shuffle. All right. I'm going to cut that and let's see. What message do you need to know? Oh, that flew right out. And so, sweet happiness. So while this is a tarot deck, there are 4 oracle cards that's in this deck. And I did not take them out because they do have their own meanings. And this one is talking about sweet happiness. All right, y'all. So the energy that you need to focus on right now is what is bringing you joy, what is bringing you pleasure. And not in a way where it's sidetracking you or distracting you or just feeding a void, like it's not real happiness. But where is your sweet happiness, your true happiness in there? Happiness is an inside job. And so how do you accumulate and tap into that joy, that happiness for you with yourself here? And isn't she just the cutest little thing? All right, let's see what's in the bottom of the deck here. We have the 4 of Cups. Yes, so some of y'all may have been in a space or maybe currently in a space where you are feeling eclipse. We have a total lunar eclipse happening right now, and you may be feeling eclipse from seeing that happiness because maybe you're operating in a space of like grief or disappointment or unsatisfaction, right? Maybe you feel like you are not where you want to be in life right now. Maybe you feel like you're missing something, or you're missing the mark, or you feel like you're just moving a little bit too slow, or whatever the case may be. Spirit is saying here right now with the 4 of Cups that this emotional dissatisfaction or this emotional clinginess to the parts of you that is just feeling like it's not going nowhere. You kind of maybe feel stagnant or stuck in that area of your emotions, right? Like you are moving forward in different areas of your life, but when it comes down to this grief, this dissatisfaction, this disappointment, whatever that is, it's keeping you lingering in that space. And so Spirit is asking you to dive really deep into that part for your sweet happiness. How can you find the love frequency in that energy where it's stemming from you? It's rooted from you. It's not rooted from the people, places, or situations that's connected to that emotion. Remember, we create our emotions, right, based on our perception of the data and the information. And it doesn't excuse anyone for what it is that they may have done to us, or it doesn't excuse us for still doing certain like fuck ups. And I'm saying fuck ups versus like a mistake, right? A mistake, you do it, you learn from it. A fuck up is like, you know that you shouldn't really be doing it, but you're still kind of operating in that space. Maybe some of y'all are just being overly critical on yourself, self-criticism. You're just like, some of y'all may directly just be feeling bored, right? And what is it that you are wanting to bring more pleasure in your life? If you're feeling bored, how can you create more excitement for yourself? What is it that you want to do that you're not allowing yourself to do, right? If you are feeling disappointed, well, is it that you set a high expectation and standard with someone that you knew maybe wasn't gonna hit the mark, or maybe you chewed more than you could swallow and you knew that you probably should have took a smaller bite in that, right? So it may not be a 100% needing to close something out. For some of you, it just may be a need for reevaluation in order for you to, like, a perspective shift here, for you to bring this happiness into your life. And for others of you, it's a complete fucking release, a complete rewiring of your emotional body. So maybe you are needing to do some somatic body movement, exercises, dances, breath work, right? To really get these emotions moving, and then fill your mind, your body up with happiness and thinking about the joys and pleasures in your life pertaining to that specific, like, area, so that you can rewire that. And when you're extracting that, pulling it out rather than leaving a full void in there, just placing it with some happiness. But that means you gotta get in the dirt, you gotta get dirty, you gotta get in the darkness, you gotta also get into that space where you're feeling void, right? For some of you, the Four of Cups can straight up be just avoidance, right? Feeling a void, feeling numbness in there. And so to confirm these energies, right, we're also, what supporting message can we get from the mermaids here? What supporting message? Hello, beautiful. What supporting message can we get for this collective pertaining to this message here? Patience wanted to come out, didn't fully come out. Dreaming, what? Well, there we go. What came out? Dreaming came out. Contemplation. Yeah, so maybe some of you are really just feeling disappointed with your path. You're wanting to follow your dreams, and you feel like it's like happiness is in the future. Your dreams are in the future, your goals are in the future, like everything is in the future, and you have to, like, dream ahead in there. And it's like you're following a dream rather than living your dream. And what I mean about following your dreams, a lot of the times we say go follow your dreams, right? And it's like you're having to, now in certain instances, yes, you have to actually take the steps to go somewhere and do something in order to follow that dream, right? And so the guidance is to take that leap of faith and go take the steps necessary to live in your dream. For others of you, when it comes down to living, it's like really you really just need to become what it is that you're desiring to live the dream. Spirit is telling me to actually read this here. For dreaming, there may be an additional message here. For some of you, let me see here. Right here. So it says, for dreaming, pay attention to your dreams. I was just going to say that too. Like maybe some of you are feeling like you need to take a nap, or you're having like really active dreams at this time, or lucid dreamings or prophetic dreams. I was definitely going to get into that and like with the psychic realm. But again, I'm just following the notion because Spirit was like, read it in there. So anyways, keep a notepad and pen by your bed so you can write down your dreams when you wake up. This daydreamer is saying there's a strong message in your dreams right now. Writing down your dreams can also help you to decipher any hidden meanings. Both night dreams and daydreams can manifest into realities when you combine them into practical action. Maybe you're not remembering your dreams or not dreaming at all due to this disruptive sleep patterns. If this is the case, avoid caffeinated drinks 3 hours before going to bed, and instead of having calming drinks like instead have calming drinks like chamomile. Try putting a lavender bag under your pillow to aid deep sleep, or put essential oil diffuser in your bedroom to help you drift off, or listen to a guided meditation or relaxation music which can aid deep peaceful sleep and encourage your dreams to flow. Were you always daydreaming at school? Many creative people daydream, as this is where the seeds of their dreams start to sprout and grow in this reality. But if you find yourself daydreaming too frequently, make sure you're eating properly and getting enough sleep. Try grounding yourself and using one of the techniques described earlier. Dreaming and daydreaming can both be a form of escapism. Maybe there are things going on in your life that you wish to avoid. Yep, I was just talking about that. Things that are too painful. Releasing your fears through dreaming is just one of the ways your body can protect you in these circumstances. If your dreams are causing you concern, remember they are a subconscious way of releasing worries. You could also try avoiding trigger foods like cheese before bedtime. So I love that it was talking about the avoidance of feelings in that, because I was feeling like, especially with the sweet happiness card here, right? And for those of you that's coming in, hello, and the 4 of Cups, right? This is telling me that while there's, like, again, a lot of joys and pleasures, like, you want to get into the space of finding that happiness within yourself, reconciling with yourself. And some of y'all are really needing, in order to truly release this heaviness, this dissatisfaction, this part of yourself that it feels like a void, that you're always trying to have some form of escapism to fill that space in. Hi, Amanda. You literally are just putting yourself in a predicament that is causing you to avoid what is the deeper issue, and why you're not having the fullness of your dreams come true, right? Or the fullness of your magic, your power, your flow, your magnetism in this space here. All right, and so this one here, when I shuffled this one, this is the Dark Mirror deck, and I mean, we're diving deep with the mermaids, and there's a deep reflection here that's necessary for those of you that are coming in and listening to this collective message, is because there's a message here for you, right? And there may be a dark mirror in your subconscious mind that is resonating with this, and either you're choosing to maybe try to spiritually bypass it, or your ego is giving you a lot of excuses as to why you don't really need to, like, take a look at this mirror. And so the dark mirror here is meant to tell you what in your subconscious mind, what dark mirror in your subconscious mind wants you to wants your attention at this time, that you should be looking at. And this is for your sweet happiness. This is for you to get out of the space of just complacency, get out of the place of the 4 of Cups, where you're not satisfied, maybe not dissatisfied completely, like it's just a new kind of like a whatever, I'm here, it's another day type thing. And you have all these dreams and thoughts and desires, but you haven't really got there. This dark mirror may be what is getting in the way, or maybe what you just need to dive deeper and show love to, and do the shadow work here. So let's see here, what deep what mirror in their subconscious mind is it that they need to reflect on? Thank you. That flew right out here. Ooh, envious gluttony here. And then in the bottom of the deck, we have colorless angel. All right. And I am feeling guided to read both of those here. My notifications are going off, y'all. I'm sorry. I love y'all. But let's see here. So with envious gluttony, you know, I feel like especially when it comes down to the Four of Cups and the envious gluttony, this tells me that one of the blockages that you may be experiencing, or whatever, it may be subconscious here, for your sweet happiness, is that maybe you are too focused on what other people have, or you're too focused on quote unquote like the spirit of lack, and feeling like you need something that may not be for your highest and greatest good, or you're comparing your life to someone else's. So like, for example, right, let's say you have the insecurity with your body, right? Maybe there's some sort of like body complex or something like that, right? Excuse me. Right? Maybe there's something about like your body and stuff. I don't have underwears, y'all. That's why the fucking pillow is there. Anyway, so, you know, if it is pertaining to, thank you, Spirit. I got sidetracked here. Getting back to the message. Y'all, let's say you're an individual that maybe you feel dissatisfied with your body, or insecurity of some sort with your body, and you're comparing yourself to maybe like models or people on IG and this and that, and in your mind it may be that you're admiring them, and it may have started off that way. It may have started off with you complimenting other sisters or brothers or whatever the case may be, and you admiring somebody else's lifestyle and being inspired by it. And then somewhere along the lines, you just started judging your own life. You just started criticizing your own body or your own lifestyle, maybe your finances, right? Maybe you're comparing your finances to somebody else's finances. Maybe whatever. It can go into so many, maybe it's vehicle, lifestyle, whatever. It can go into so many different places. And so now you went from a space where Spirit was wanting you to see that you're within that frequency, you're within that vibration of receiving what's for you, to keep you in a luxurious, abundant mindset, right? And an abundance lifestyle, right? And rather than you celebrating the wins of others, perhaps you just started subconsciously becoming envious, and you don't even know that you're envious of this individual, because you, in your mind, you're like, oh, I love that for them, but then you're doubting yourself, you're shaming yourself in that. And so that's coming from a space of envy, a space where you think that they have something that you need that you quote unquote don't have, right? That's just kind of one of the ways that the message is coming through, right? Like, you don't have to be a Victoria's Secret model to have a beautiful body, right? You don't have to look like these things. That's, I don't know, that's kind of crazy to me, but like, I'm not calling you crazy. I'm saying that's crazy in a sense that it's out of control, right? It's out of balance. It's out of ma'at, right? In there. And so how do you love yourself deeper? And that's where like the shadows, and then with the colorless angel in the bottom of the deck, that's exactly it. Like, you come to a space where your lies have triumphed over you, to where maybe it has decreased your aura. Maybe you have shrunken your aura, you don't even realize it, or it's just put you too much in the shades of gray, to where your rainbow body is not activated, or it's not thriving in the frequency in which it could thrive. And so I'm not going to read the colorless angel. I just feel like that's kind of self-explanatory, where it's like, how do you bring the pleasure, the joy, the love, the sweet happiness, the color back into your life, right? And it's okay if you like to wear all black. Baby, I like it too at times. Like, there was a point in time, like, that's all I wanted to wear. And, like, spirit had to guide me to wear colors and stuff like that. And I did not know I was going to really like dressing in colors or having colors around me and stuff like that. And yet life has a mysterious ways of working out for you when you trust what is your guidance and what is for you specifically, right? And so it's cool if you want to like dress in all black, but even if you dress in all black, that don't mean you gotta be depressed. That don't mean that you have to be live a colorless lifestyle, right? In there, like, you can have rainbows thriving all over you while you dress in all black, right? Ready for the funeral, right? The funeral in your mind for the parts of you that you need to lay to rest. It's not that you are shaming yourself to lay it to rest. No, if anything, you allow it to rest so that you can rise in the power of the Most High. All right, let's see here. Envious, this is number, oh, and this is also, wow, I didn't even notice that. So it goes from the number 9 to the number 10 also. So this does tell me that this is for you to close out this cycle, to get out of your own way, for the quantum leap, for the quantum healing, to get into a new space, and that you are already actively getting into the space of your sweet happiness. You're already actively like shifting into this realm. This just may be a mirror that you just need to kind of just dive a little bit deeper, get into that reflection if this message resonates for you, right? To close out this chapter and quantum leap into your highest timeline here. You're making progress in life. And so shout out to you. Look at you doing the work, right? Even if it's slow and steady, right? One of the messages that was coming through for some of y'all is that maybe some of y'all feel like you're not where you would want to be in life. And this could be why. Maybe you trying to compare your life too much to others. Maybe you are subconsciously an envious individual and don't even freaking realize it, and like there's just a need for you to dive deeper in love, baby. And like, I love you for even taking the time to trust your soul to guide you here to receive this message, to then, especially if you go and you do the deep dive and shadow work into this energy, like, thank you for being of service to your highest self, to the Most High, to the collective, for this grand ascension, and so that you can quantum leap into a very abundant, beautiful lifestyle with sweet happiness there, just like there. It's not even waiting for you, it's in you. Sweet happiness is not waiting to happen. Abundance is not waiting to happen. It's already here, right? You're just on the journey to experience this for yourself. So let's see here. Let's see what it says here. Oh, I just passed the page. All right, y'all. Thank you for your patience, y'all, because sometimes I go on a tangent. I said this was going to be quick and fast, and so that's what I'm attempting to do. All right, y'all. So the moon phase is the waxing gimpus for this one, and the stage of this card is denial. And it says here, going to the edge of the ravine, savoring the idea of letting go all restraint. The visual seed. A man has rotting, sickly skin and yellow eyes. He dresses in taters and sticky blood runs down his chin. He has clawed feet and a crown of a skeleton alligator jaw. The upper part of his head, the lower part of his chest, like a gaping mouth. The sentence. There is hunger sleeping just underneath the surface, like an animal lurking. Ooh. Okay. Going dark. This card is not just dark. It is unpleasant. So is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a very unpleasant energy, right? Sickly, disgusting. The difference in how we feel in front of a vampire as opposed to in front of withering bugs. It's not an external darkness that we can paint of romance, drama, and subtle anguish. It is raw, primal, reeking of rotting stench. It feels like there is darkness, and in that black landscape, there is a hole leading to an even greater darkness, and that is calling. The urge is pressed down every time, played with, toyed with, treated like something that doesn't belong here. It's like rolling in the mud, bringing something, it's like rolling in the mud, bringing out the twisted, refreshing feeling of demeaning oneself. The key is that we don't want to recognize the depths of envy and the anger. We cast it out of ourselves, and now it's truly a parasitic monster, impossible to accept and as something that came out of ourselves. What if we bring light to the pitch dark well? What if the scary monster is just a scrawny, starved feeling? What if it's just a little thing, dark as tar, indeed, but to be sorry of and not to be feared? Yeah, denial, right? You gotta feel it to heal it. So if you deny the parts that's like envious, or deny your anger, or deny any emotion that is keeping you angry, dissatisfied, resentful, whatever, it's all part of the wholeness. It's all part of the wholeness. So how do you give it love? How do you connect with it? How do you thank it for its thank you envy, thank you anger, thank you resentment, thank you bitterness, thank you sorrow, thank you grief, for expressing yourself so that I can find joy, pleasure, love, so that I can learn to differentiate, so I can learn to recognize, so I can learn discernment, so I can learn what boundaries to place, so I can learn. I don't deny you, I recognize you. I can recognize you for who you are. I accept you as the energy that you are. I may not necessarily want to dwell in that energy much longer because I choose to dwell in my sweet happiness. However, I do not deny that you existed at this time period of my life. I do not shame myself or belittle myself. I do not let it eat me alive. I do not live in the belly of the beast. I live in the mind of it. Right? That's how you can make the positive changes, right? You look at the emotion of what it is. You look at it. The shame, the guilt, whatever it is. Whatever. They use envious gluttony as an example for what the fuck we've been talking about to begin with anyways, and how it's not to downplay yourself. It's to say, or how can I even utilize this energy when it's important for my highest and greatest good? When can this energy apply to me? And a lot of the times, if it's envy, right, let that shit like serve its purpose already. It served its purpose. You needed to be whatever you needed to be at that time with that emotion, for you to gain the wisdom, right? But the whole point is to gain the wisdom and move forward from it, not keep it in, hold it, and stay disappointed and dissatisfied with life. Let it go, let it teach you, so that you can grow and thrive in your spaces and know how to tap into your sweet happiness. And then you'll be able to identify that with others as well, and those that may be operating from that space. And you can choose with discernment if this is a frequency that you're ready to help others transmute and transform also, or if you're not there. And it's okay to say, no, I'm not there yet. I just need to like take a space and like put boundaries to stay away from this energy, right? All the way through. And sometimes it's like no, I am good, but part of the lesson is for me to stay away, or part of it is like, come here, bitch, you ain't finna be like that around me here. We're gonna change this energy around. Let's put a smile on our face. Let's go. Cause you're gonna be in another frequency if I get to that frequency too, right? So how do you change the energy in the room? And again, it's not to deny it, it's to recognize that. I call it out. I call out that hate and that shit. You know why? Haters are gonna hate, but lovers is gonna love. Lovers is gonna love. Right? Right? Or a liar is gonna be a liar. Right? And a truth teller is gonna be a truth teller in it. However, you need to move that energy. You don't deny its existence, right? You call that shit out. You call it out. Now it's like, oh, you see me? It may want to play with you. It may want to engage. But you, living in the mind of it, you get to put down the boundaries and the rules and the regulations, the soul contract as to how you're choosing to operate with that energy. Whew. Y'all got me sweating. Like, I'm legit. It's a little bit of cards, but can y'all see me sweating? I'm sweating. All right, y'all. I just feel like closing out with a final card from the mermaids, I guess, right? I wasn't going to do that, but let's just see here. What final card from the mermaid, final advice, closing energy here. What can we close out for this collective here? Spirit of the Most High, Most Divine, and benevolence and truth and righteous, and the mommy and the water spirits, right? The divine mother frequency here. What is their final advice, closing card? Thank you. For some of you, you do need to ask for help, and it's okay to ask for help. Maybe you need to reach out to a spiritual advisor for some guidance, right? Maybe you need to do some one-on-one work to dive into your shadows, right? To do some deep dive, right? Or go to some counseling therapy, or ask a friend for some help or something like that, right? And that's okay. Move forward is the final card. The final card is literally move forward. That is your closing card, y'all. I can't even make this up. Spirit is saying, like, acknowledge it, recognize it, don't get caught up in it, right? Feel it. You got to feel it to heal it. Feel it through, but move forward. Move forward. And if you need help moving forward, and you feel like you need to ask for guidance in moving forward. So for those of you that's watching this, I am putting the replay. Check out my stories, because I will have a special going on for today only. I love you. I thank you for existing. I want to say thank you to your guides, my guides, our higher self. May the Most High, Most Divine, and benevolence and truth and righteous and perfect love and perfect trust, and your lowest of lows, your lowest of lows, your lowest of lows, come up and meet into wholeness and harmony, and guide you all the way through. Guide your way home. Thank the ancestors, each and every cell, every organ, every molecule of existence for guiding us through our journey and guiding us with the people, the places, the situations, the lessons that is necessary for us to evolve, to grow, to move forward in our journey, right? And providing these resources to us, for us, and our highest and greatest good. I love y'all. Peace.